Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker, hashtag Schrodinger's cards, with your tarot card reading for the next full moon phase from 14th of June until 29th of June. This full moon is a strawberry full moon in Sagittarius, so Cancer, you'll probably get along well with this fire energy right there, right? Because Leo can be a little stressful, Aries just runs away or all over you, and Sagittarius, that's like a grounded kind of fire energy which you can actually, you know, explore together with. So probably your endeavors in new areas of your life, or areas of your life that like you're building a new foundation for, right, might be taken to the next level, right? So your plan put into action, basically, right? Because I know there's a lot of plans going on. I am a Cancer, I'm kind of, you know, pulling from my own experience right here. However, I don't want my own energy to influence the reading too much, right? That being said, it is a general reading, so if the message doesn't resonate with you, drop the message. If it does, drop a comment. I'm always eager to hear some feedback. And also, I'm not doing love readings. If love comes up in this reading, that is on you. That's because you're attracting it, because you're dealing with the energy of it. But reality is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I don't want you to attract anything into your life that's not supposed to be there just because I said so, right? So remember, this is a mirror of your energy. It's a mirror of your auric or quantum field, whatever you want to call it, right? And it just shows you where the challenges in your life lie and what to focus on for the next for the next period of your life. All right. Let's shuffle it once more, see where you're coming from, where you're going into, and where you're at right now. Not in that particular order. Let's see. You're coming from a Nine of Swords in reverse, which is good. This is you getting out of your head about stuff, right? So a lot of thoughts have been clouding your gut judgment, your third eye, right? You see, in the middle of those thoughts here, I don't know if you see it, there's that third eye kind of crossed, right? It's on its head and it's in the past. That's a good sign. So moving out of that energy into a Queen of Wands in reverse, which is kind of knowing that you're supposed to not chase but attract, and still something is a little off, or it's a little delayed, and not even off, because if you actually got out of your head, if that Nine of Swords energy for you is done, right, then you're in the right attitude to manifest. And now you're asking yourself, why is it still delayed? What do I have to do? What do I have to focus on and still work on to be in that Queen of Wands mode, right? Or that Empress energy. Let's see if the Empress pops up. It wouldn't surprise me, right? It's that divine feminine like idea of self-worth and attraction, like attraction and attractivity, right? So you're moving into a Nine of Coins. That is so beautiful, right? The energy you're moving into is attracting all of this wealth and stability you've been working on, right? So it's actually about putting your plans of manifestation in action and then being able to receive that. Right now, it's a little delayed still. Let's figure out in the clarifications why exactly. But the energy is there, and you're well on your way to achieving this Nine of Coins energy right here. You just have to be open to receive it in the near future. Like, really believe not only that you deserve it or that you are worth it, but that life can be effortless, right? You need to put effort into what you love, but it's going to feel like less effort. You don't have to work hard. You just have to work eagerly towards what you really want to achieve here. Like, focus, set your mind to it, focus on the positive, and the positive will be reflected to you in your reality. And that's what this Nine of Coins is telling us in the near future, is you're going to be open to receive those blessings. Like, believe in miracles and they're going to happen for you. So let's see, the overall energy for the reading is like, what is this all about? It's Justice in reverse. It feels like, well, struggling with the idea of life not being fair, right? Or losing the idea of well, I believe that this justice is it has to do, or this justice in reverse has to do with this Nine of Swords you were moving out of, and this Queen of Wands that is still on its head. Of course it does, it's clarifying it, but it rather means that you always had the perception of the world, that the world is a certain way, and for example, you're an artist, and you just like, you want to prove yourself, but proving yourself means you don't really believe that it actually can happen, you're not really, you don't really believe in miracles happening, whatever, right? And this justice in reverse is kind of, well, it's telling you that you get out what you put in, but in terms of love and energy. So if you put in stress, you get out stress, right? If you're stressing out about what you want to create, that which you create will generate more stress because it's a direct reflection of what you put in. And that what this justice is kind of telling you is like, karma's not a bitch. Karma is quite fair, actually, right? It's a thing of balance, right? And whatever you put in, you get out in terms of energy, though, right? So if you think work has to be hard, then the work you're doing will feel hard, and it's going to generate more hard work, right? But you're kind of rearranging that in your mind, and that justice card is basically telling you this is the process of you getting out of that mindset, right? Of this life is not fair, and you know it's always going to be a hustle and whatever, and only you have to be a bad person in this bad society to make it to the top. No, that's not true. That is a narrative you kind of stuck to, right? And that's what you are reflecting into your reality, if you believe in that. The moment you change your perception about this, that's when life can really give you miracles, right? Let's see in the clarifications. The Nine of Swords in the past is clarified by the Nine of Cups. Interesting. The Page of Coins and the Four of Swords in reverse. Well, Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a beautiful thing. It's like enjoying all the emotions, especially the positive ones, of course, in your life. And it's kind of distracting you from what you want to create long term, which is that Page of Coins. The Page of Coins being a beginning in empirical stability, in your manifestings, like a new project or whatever, right? So this Nine of Coins indulgence is kind of like, it's giving you energy for the Knave of Coins, for the Page of Coins, for this new beginning, right? And it's cool because it's taking you out of that Four of Swords in reverse, where you think like the Four of Swords represents this hard work ethic, right? It is this pulling through shit, right? And you're getting out of this idea by experiencing the beautiful things in life with that Nine of Cups. That is like even being spoiled for choice in a sense, right? And you getting out of these old mindsets is kind of, well, it's feeding into that Page of Coins energy, into that new beginning, into the new idea of generating a new career for yourself, right? So that's where you're coming from, is getting out of your head about that and just really feeling the potential, tapping into your true potential. It's just really fucking beautiful. And now in that Queen of Wands reverse, she's clarified by the Devil, by the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and by the Six of Coins in reverse. Yeah, well, the Devil, that Nine of Cups and the Devil are in one line, right? So it's actually like where in the past this Nine of Cups has given you the idea of how you want your life to feel like. Right now you are indulging in it so much that it actually takes away from that balance with the Six of Coins. Like, you want to make your life, your dream life, a reality, and experience more of the joys. So you think, and it's not coming from nothing, but you think indulging more in those things you want to experience more of in terms of emotionality, is going to take you there. And you're right, but you're not right, in a sense, right? Because at a certain point, indulging in those feelings becomes a distraction. That's when it's getting toxic. That's why the devil is there, working together with that six of coins in reverse. It's like, yeah, you are experiencing life, diving into the finer things in life, right? But you're diving into it so much that you lose track of your wheel of fortune that is crossing here in the middle. The wheel of fortune in reverse, it kind of says that you're not seeing exactly how the world revolves around your manifestation, right? Because there's that page of coins. Page of coins looking directly at the wheel of fortune in reverse, trying to see the signs, right? Trying to see the synchronicities that are showing you the way. And like the problem with the devil indulging into the six of coins, into life, really, trying to get more of that emotionality you had with the Nine of Cups. Problem with that is kind of clouding you from seeing those synchronicities, right? And focusing on what you do want to create long term. Makes sense. I don't think that the devil is a negative card. As a matter of fact, we are the universe experiencing itself. So the devil is basically the pull that pulls us into individuality, right? If that takes over, though, it becomes narcissism. And, that is a very masculine progressive push into ego, which is cool if you think about the universe wanting this experience as an individual, right? This is its divine will to play out like this. However, if you want to change something in your life, then this energy is going to pull you more into that empirical side of things, where manifesting really becomes hard work, right? So the more you get out of your head about this, and the more you get it's cool to experience that and to party, right? It's cool. It's really cool, because there you meet people, you get experiences that remind you of something you actually do want to create more of in your life, yada yada yada. But the moment you are distracting yourself when you already have the idea, you know what to work on, and you're still indulging in the feeling and in the emotional side of it, even synthetically, right? Seeking for experiences instead of generating them. See what I mean? It's like you're still in that chasing mode if you're in that devil energy, and not in the attraction mode, which the Queen of Wands actually wants to be in. See, that Queen of Wands is in reverse because, you're diving into it just a little too much, right? Which is, cool, you just have to see it, right? So it's with everything is a wave, right? And the moment you get an impulse, the wave is going to go like this and go just a little over the top until you stop yourself and get another impulse and go in the other direction, right? So it's always about the impulse you need to move forward, right? And right now your impulse is, be careful with indulgence, with your way of experiencing positive emotions, because if you're always triggering it synthetically, that's not where you're attracting it, really attracting it from. So let's see, in that Nine of Coins energy, seems like you're learning your lesson, right? That Five of Wands in reverse, clarifying it means you're done with the conflict. You're done with that inner conflict, also with outer conflict. It's like whoever is stressing you out, you're going to let them go, or you're going to let the idea go of having to fight it, right? Which is nice, because if you think you have to fight something, you generate more fight into your life. Karma is going to be like, oh, so this is how you want to save the world, right? So you're going to be saving the world forever, engaging in conflict all of the fucking time. That's not exactly how this manifestation thing works on a quantum level, right? There's that Five of Swords in reverse crossing it. So, yeah, cutting ties with some belief systems, right? Some mindsets rearranging. Fair. There is change. There is change in your near future. And is well, two fives leading up to a 9 with a two of wands in reverse. Very freaking interesting. So the 9 of coins is clarified by 3 cards, all of them in reverse, 2 5s and a 2. And the passion here working together around a shift in mindset with the 5 of swords. Very freaking interesting. So struggling basically with a clear direction because you kind of want to do it all at once. Well, it's not a 10 of wands in a sense, so you're not overworking. You're just looking for a structure to generate that 9 of coins, right? So, well, there comes in that justice as the overarching energy is you learn how to focus on what you truly want to get more of into your life, and then you're moving out of maybe even needing a direction right here, because it like the 2 of wands and the 5 of wands both in reverse clarifying a 9 of coins, which is a beautiful card for achieving abundance in your life. It means maybe it's okay if you don't, well, if you got a direction or whatever, or you got an impulse or whatever, maybe it's okay if that shifts a little. Like, be open to however this is going to play out, but still, like, you work on your plan, be open to adapt, because there is that 5 of swords in the middle where things are rearranging, where mindsets are rearranging, where you realize, okay, this is actually not working out like this, because yeah, with that Wheel of Fortune in reverse on the same line, it's like some things you're doing, you're still doing because you think the world pushes you to do so. And not because you actually want to do it, because you're actually in love with doing it, right? And maybe that is clouding your direction and generating the conflict, right? So, and also pushing you more into that indulgence, right? Because if we live a life of doing things we think the world demands from us instead of what we want to generate in our life, that's when we have to distract ourselves from time to time with that devil energy, with like partying hard and whatever, right? And yeah, it seems like this Wheel of Fortune in reverse right now is like a very freaking important card, because it also, like, if it's in reverse, you feel like outside influences are making you do things, are demanding something from you. And to flip that around, you have to realize that these outside influences, they kind of like, they are challenges in a way, challenges you projected yourself into your reality, and they're also though leading you towards something. Because if you think the outside world is pushing you to do something, you're going to do something, and it's not going to be as successful as you wanted it to be. It's going to keep you afloat, whatever, right? But it's probably going to push you into a state of discontent, right? And that's not where you want to be right now. Where you want to be right now is the Queen of Wands, which is like the knowing your self-worth and just attracting stuff. That Justice says you're learning how to focus and how to really trust that whatever you put in will be put out towards you, right? So it is about trusting that this Wheel of Fortune is working for you, that time is working for you, not against you. And that's what you have to wrap your head around with this 5 of Swords in the near future, to be able to get all this passion, the 5 of Wands and the 2 of Wands in reverse, and kind of channel it into the project that you want to like generate here, into that 9 of coins. And it's very cool. So yeah, you're on the right track, right? And still having to find that trust in the universe, but then also going with your impulse, right? If you want to do something, go do it. Go do it. if there's another thing the universe pushes you towards, well, is it your, ask yourself, is it like the divine will of the universe, or is it rather, the societal restrictions you kind of adapted over time, and that you're subject to, right, or you feel subject to, that are pushing you towards it? Sometimes it's both, right? And it's hard to differentiate. It's like it kind of shows up as society demanding this from you, yada yada yada, to do a certain thing. But maybe on another level there's another catch to it. There's something like to complete, or to realize that you have to let go of, and yada yada yada. But you're moving into the energy of the Nine of Coins, and for you, in the clarification, it means letting go of inner conflict by kind of being open to a change in direction. And crossing this is that Five of Swords, where it's tough to let go of certain belief systems, but they're changing, right? They're changing and they go deep. But you have been doing some profound work in the past, so you are on the right track. It's just a little too much of certain things and a little too little of the things that matter. Let's see one more card from the universe as an advice card for you. Three of Swords in reverse. Well, yeah, Three of Swords is broken trust, right? As I said before, it is about trust. Justice is about trust that karma is fair, right? About when you pour in love, you get love back. And losing the idea that the world is a cruel place where you have to be cruel to succeed. And that's that Three of Swords, you know? Three of Swords, it's a card of betrayal, or feeling betrayed, or whatever, right? But it doesn't have to do with romance. Not exactly. This is you feeling betrayed by the world for being so sensitive and run over by so many narcissists in your life, and the idea that you have to work hard, but you don't want to. You want to feel inspired to work. You want to be sensitive and be oversharing and be overcaring. Like that's your nature, right? And you're still stuck in the thought that this would not pay off because the sensitive side in people is not cherished in this world. Well, remind yourself that this is a belief system, this is a narrative, a conditioning that you're carrying around, and the moment you let go of this feeling betrayed by the world, that's the moment when you realize you've been focusing too much on a negative and projecting more negativity in your life. And you already realize that, right? You already are in that process. You are the Queen of Wands right now and still think, why isn't it working? Yeah, because there's some residue. There's some residue. You really have to trust that whatever you put your effort into, like wholeheartedly, is going to flourish. That is that trust. That is stepping out of that Three of Swords. The thoughts you have around being open-hearted, you know, just fucking with your mind. That's the Three of Swords right here. So it's about your trust in the universe. This card says, trust the universe that it is fair, that justice will prevail, and justice in a sense of karmic justice, right? So whenever you feel pushed into doing something, but you're being like your gut, your heart tells you, this is not the way I want to go, well, be careful with it, right? Be careful with it. And sometimes there has to be a transition, yeah, right? So be like, I hate the word, but realistic, right? What is realistic actually? Yeah, it's a stupid fucking word, but catch my drift is like, yeah, some things you have to do, sort of, but then focus on the positive of those things, and the positive of dealing with those things is like the more you realize you don't actually have to, you get them out of the way and they're not gonna appear again probably. And Well, even maybe you can switch something about it, your mindset about it, right? Or draw a line in the sand, how far you want to go with it and whatnot, so you don't fall into old patterns that this succumbs your life. That thing that you feel you have to do sometimes succumbs your life and takes away of your energy of manifesting something you truly want. So maybe that can be that transition where you think like, okay, I'm going to give some energy to it just to get it out of the way, all right? But I realized that I kind of projected this into my reality, and I don't want to project more of it, so I focus more energy on what this shows, and that this is a transition, and that this soon is going to leave my life and make way for something greater, right? For something I really want to give energy to. So it's okay if it's a transition, but truly, wholeheartedly believe that the world is fair, that karma is fair, in a sense that if you project love, you get love back, and the universe will always have your back right there. You are in a very, very beautiful, beautiful moment of your life, generating a new path for your life towards the success of the Nine of Coins, of building everything you ever wanted, right? And it's cool that it's a 9 of coins and not a 10, because like that 10 is almost a little too much. It's almost like stepping into the new, right? Because the 10 is the start of the new cycle in a sense. The 9, well, the 9 is indulging in that feeling of bliss of having achieved it. But therefore, you have to let go of the inner conflict and the mindsets holding you back. And, well, see the indulgence for what it is, the indulgence, and yeah, a distraction. Focus more on what you actually want to generate, what you create. And then trust that it's going to work out fine. This is a beautiful reading, Cancer. It's a beautiful reading. Like, don't be afraid of that Justice and 3 of Swords. It is about you trusting more, right? It says that you are able to trust, that you can just go for it, right? That is really freaking beautiful. And even if you feel like there's a transitional period where the Wheel of Fortune is kind of in reverse and you have to deal with some stuff you don't want to deal with, focus on the positive side of that being part of the old paradigm, and your ability to work with that in a positive manner, trusting that you will project positivity into your future, right? And everything that is not supposed to be there is going to leave you over time. The more you trust and the more you focus on that positive transformation into that 9 of Coins energy, going to be so fucking perfect. Enjoy this energy, Cancer, and put in the work. Put in the work. It's gonna work out like beyond belief. It's really, really freaking cool. Really, really, really good energy. Just know that you are this Queen of Wands. You don't have to like be all devilish, devious about it. You already are. You are attracting whatever you think you are worthy of, and whatever you think the world is capable of providing. So work on that belief system, and it's going to work out fine. If that resonated with you, feel free to drop a comment and give you some feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for liking and subscribing and all that stuff, because then you are one of the first of this community, the first subscribers of this community, which is going to grow. I'm going to step up my game of creating more content, creating a brand here on Bali, and yeah, getting more into that spiritual side of things. I'm going to make my own tarot deck, stuff like that. So I'm very much in researching how to build all of this, and thank you for being with me from the very first moment on this journey. Thank you for sharing your journey with me.